This is our theme song. Welcome, 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 everybody, to Everyday People on WJZZ Cool TV. And I am your host, Jesus Washington, and I have a very, very special guest today with us. She is my coworker at DTE Energy, and also she is a writer. She writes children's books and adult teenage books. So this is Veronica, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome, welcome
Hello.
to Everyday People.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy that you're here because I want everyone to know you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I really, really want everyone to get to know you.
Thank you.
So, my first question is going to be a big question.
Okay.
How did you get into writing books?
I think it started when I was younger. You know, me and a group of girls used to write songs, and then it kind of went away. Then, after experiencing tragedy, then I had wrote a piece and the effect it had on somebody, and I was like, maybe there's something to this. Mm-hmm. So, it didn't go away that time. I kept on cultivating it, and here you go.
So, I've been hearing this repetitively from different artists, right? Mm-hmm. Different genres and things like that. Every time there's some tragic something happening, some type of channel opens up and
Yeah, I think the best work comes from experience. You can write about it, and there's so many ways you can articulate it, either through song or writing or dance.
And it does that do you think that art comes from loving that person so much that it comes out,
or just your emotions? You be so filled with so many emotions, and you want to get it out. Mm-hmm. And everybody don't go to a therapist or have somebody to talk to, so they use their pen and their paper.
Wow, that is so beautiful. And I love the fact that you're young and you're doing this, and I have so many questions for you.
Okay.
So my next question to you is so you wrote poems and you wrote songs. How old were you when you wrote those poems and the songs that you used to write?
I actually had a book in 2014. It was a book of poems, but when I first started writing poems, I had to be 15 or 16. Mm-hmm. So I did a book of poems fully. It was just in 2014. So
beautiful.
Yeah, I liked it.
You liked it?
I did.
Did you you and your friends come together and share each other's poems with each other?
Yeah, the ones who did right. Yeah, the ones who do right. Yeah, we did a lot. So yeah.
Did you guys share it online or?
No, I don't recall us, and if I did, I don't remember. But yeah, we shared amongst each other though. Definitely did.
That's really, really good. Okay, did you know that you wanted to be, I know you told me that you were a teacher.
Correct.
Is this how you also got into writing books?
Well, my children's book, I wanted to create a tool that can help children learn the basics. Well, we teach it in class, so yeah, that did my children's books. I want them to see, they can see their shapes, their numbers, their letters, colors, all just not in a classroom, in your everyday setting. I want them to see that they can see it. So.
And you wanted to make it easy for them too.
Yes, and recognizable. Even at the park, there are shapes in the park.
Yeah.
It's just not in a classroom. It's shapes in the park. It's shapes around the streets when we drive. It's colors. It's colors everywhere. So I just didn't want them to think, oh, we're just doing this in class again. No, you can go to the park. You can see the shapes there too. And you go.
So you get the children to think about something beyond the classroom.
Correct.
And that's what your children books is all about.
Correct. Just
exploring the outside the world.
Correct.
That is so
yes,
that's
correct.
Amazing. That's really, really amazing how
just not in the classroom on our posters or the things that we present to them, the lesson plans that they can take these books home, or they can go home. And I remember Veronica said, they can see it, not just, they don't have to be around us to recognize the things that we go over in the classroom.
You must have found some type of difficulty, for children to learn, for you to come up with these books for them?
It was really the parents. The parents gave me the idea.
Really?
Yeah, on our home visit, it was one of the questions was asked, what do you want your child to learn during this experience? And a lot of them had the same answers. So I was like, what can I create to help bring this forth? What can I help to create? What tool I can create to help bring the children to what the parents want them to do? And a lot of them, I want them to know their shapes. I want them to know their letters. I want them to know their numbers. I want them to learn their colors. So that's what we have. I love learning, and all that consists of it. I love shapes. I love colors. I love learning, and I love counting. So.
Did you did you give out your book to the school that you were working with?
Actually, no, not yet. I haven't had the opportunity yet to give.
Yes.
But there have been some schools that I have participated in who invited me in. They actually purchased and I gave, so it was both.
Wow.
Some elementary schools, yeah. So.
You're on the verge of becoming a big artist.
I want, yeah, that I won't have nothing wrong with that, but yeah, I want people to know that it's out here. I want them to know that it exists. So that's cool too.
And I know you're a mother as well. You're a mother.
Yes, I am definitely a mother.
How do you find the balance between having writing books told at the same time? Where do you find time to write?
At the time it was really challenging, but I had to, set some time aside so I can get it done. So it was very challenging. Mainly when they went to sleep, I'd probably stay up an hour later before I went to sleep and then finish them. But yeah, it was definitely challenging. So.
And what's your advice to women who want to write and they just don't find the time to do it because all these responsibilities that they might have?
I would say go for it. Put yourself first. If this is what you want to do, if writing is what you want to do it. The hard part is not writing. That's actually the easy part. That's actually the easy part, is writing it. Getting it out there is not the hard part either. So just do it. Don't be
just
scared.
Do it, Nike.
Just do it. Just do it. Definitely.
We don't have Nike for no reason, right?
Right. Just do it.
Just do it.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yes. So you're gonna make this an easy process for women who are watching us and anyone who's watching.
Really, because it is an easy process. If you have your mind set and this is something you want to do, it really is an easy process. It's not hard. I don't know what people may think it may be hard, but it's not hard. It's not hard. It's not.
When did you tap into you knew you were gonna write books? You knew this is it for you. This is the thing that you like to do as
I would
Veronica.
say in 2014 when I first had I really did that. I'm really an author, and I just didn't stop. So
it was contagious. The
yes.
minute you started, it just kept rolling.
Stop. And I'm currently working on a project now, so it has not stopped. So.
I'm so proud of you, girl.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
I do appreciate it.
I do have a lot of questions for you, and I hope we can get through all of them.
All right.
And what is your big? We talked briefly about this. As a writer, do you find certain places to go to write? You know what I mean? You know how certain artists says they have to be in a clear mind, in a clear place, somewhere in front of the ocean or something.
Right,
do you do that as a writer?
I've seen that. Actually, well, with these projects, no. Just in the comfort of my own home, in my own space. And with the children books, probably was in school too. Some of that novel too was in school and in class, during class.
Wait, while you were teaching, or
no,
after?
They were down. We have a segment where the kids go down for nap, and then we have to do our paperwork. And when I finish my paperwork, then I start, doing a little bit by a little bit.
You just didn't waste time, girl.
No,
you were just on it,
right? Because I wanted to get it out there. So.
And I was reading your teenage adult book.
Mm-hmm.
The stories that you tell. How do you come up with all these beautiful characters and all these different scenes and all the action? Does it come from your life stories or experiences?
A little bit from the novel. Mm-hmm. The main character Crystal. A little bit. She is. I want to say, okay, we have some similarities. I always wanted to have my own daycare center, so she wanted hers, and she ended up getting it eventually. So we similar, but I wouldn't say she based off of me. And it's some things in there did happen.
And
so.
This is the book, right?
Yeah,
Soaring?
Soaring, yes.
So this is the book. It's called Soaring, and where can they buy this?
Amazon.
So this is on Amazon, and it's a beautiful teenage adult book.
Correct.
And tell us briefly about the story.
So Crystal, she's the main character, Crystal, and her first love. She experienced her first love, Peter, and so much came with it, from family secrets to almost losing her first love, and like she just didn't know how to take it. Like, why is all of this happening to me? Why was this happening? Why am I experiencing this? All because I like a boy other than my family. I was looking at another guy besides my family to even, like, you know, she just went through a lot, and she associated with being her first love.
And then, like, all those different emotions that she goes through, it's like in the book, like,
Definitely.
like the different emotions, the different questions that she
Yes,
has,
definitely.
and all those questions are answered.
Definitely, because she had a lot of questions and she had a lot of feelings, and everything was resolved.
So this is like a good book for like teenagers who are going through love.
Yeah, it can be. Definitely. It can be, because with the family secrets and stuff, sometimes we all have secrets, and I've learned secrets are not ever good, but sometimes they necessary to me, in mine, because I remember you had told me about being transparent.
Yes.
It's transparency. It's good. It's really good. I mean,
it takes time to get there.
Yeah, that
it really does.
Like, just to be, yes, I get it. So,
like, I have nothing to hide.
Yes.
Type of thing.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Yeah, so she just went through a lot, meeting a boy, and actually the boy was around for a long time. So he always like been a friend of her cousin. So he wasn't no stranger, but he brought it to her attention, like, okay, I think you cute type of stuff, and I might want you to be my girl type of stuff. So that's how it went. And then, yeah.
So it's mainly about Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal and him, but really, because it's her family. So it's just them two, but it's so much more in there.
Yella, we're going to talk about it after the commercial break.
All right.
Okay, you are watching Everyday People live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Make sure you like, you follow, you share, you comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ. Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. أعزائي المشاهدين، شكرا لمشاهدة Everyday People على قناة WJZZ Cool TV. وشكرا لمشاهدينا بالسعودية، وإن شاء الله بالمستقبل إنه رايحين نترجم الشو Everyday People للناس اللي إنه ما بيفهموا إنجليزي. And if you want to hit my Cash App, you can hit me up on capital J 112233W. And thank you so much for watching. And let's get back to the show with Veronica. All right, yalla, Veronica, continue telling us about the book. Soaring.
Okay, so she met. Well, I'm not gonna say she met, but it all came out. It all came out at one of her cousin's party. So that's when he made his feelings known, because he asked her to dance. He asked her to dance, and in the middle of that, in the midst of that, it was some more girls there who told her not to dance with him. So she like, now why? Now she feeling some type of way, because she's like, now why they telling me not to dance with him type of stuff. But she did it. So come to find out the other girls had liked him, but he didn't like them. He liked Crystal. So that's how it all started. When she started feeling like, wait a minute, you start feeling the butterflies and all that stuff for the first time. That's where she was at. So it started at a dance.
So there's like lessons in this book.
Yeah.
There's like life lessons.
Yeah.
And like people who are going through like relationship issues or like have questions about relationship issue, they can read Soaring to like kind of like give them an idea of what they going through.
For the teenagers, definitely. And it's just mainly you're just gonna watch her grow. Watch how she overcomes it. Did it break her? Did it make her? How did she react? Because she was still in school. Like, the things she went through, it was enough to make you like, you know what? I'm not doing this no more. Forget school. Because, like school, it have its own set of problems.
Right.
But then now you connecting yourself with somebody, so now your feelings involved, your emotions are involved, and all of that stuff is at a constant battle, and you don't quit. So
you just keep going.
We keep going.
And then in the book, you teach, like, Crystal just
She
keeps
just
pushing
keep
and
going.
pushing.
She go through it, and she had a good support system too. Her family was real supportive. So she had some older siblings that was there for her. It was real nice. So she didn't, she went through it by herself, but she had her family too, because everybody was involved. So
And do you have a part 1 and a part 2 for Soaring?
definitely a part 2, and then when you see in part 2, she's grown up. She overcame and she continued her dream, what she wanted to do, and she set forth. So she in college now. She's not in school. She actually in college, getting ready to graduate, and she have a son now. So that's another obstacle that she still kept going. Didn't let her stop her. So she's a businesswoman now.
Okay, that's part 2. She's a business.
She's a businesswoman now.
It's so, I love, like, how you come up with these characters and the different, because, like, when you write about a character, there's a lot of detail that goes into the character, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what they're doing.
Right.
Everything is just everything, and you're coming up with all of these things for the different characters in your books.
Correct.
That's a lot of work.
It is. And then part 2, we were introduced to a whole lot of new characters, so it's pretty cool.
Do you think you're gonna turn this into a movie?
I would love to turn into a movie. And what's interesting is people, like 3 people that I have told about, gave them a rundown from the beginning to the end. They had the same reaction, and they were like, I felt like I just watched a movie as you was talking. So I would love to turn into a movie.
Yellow to any movie producers out there watching us. Veronica's looking to turn her book into a movie.
Absolutely.
Because I would love to see it.
Absolutely. And I would love for you to see it. To put it on the screen, that would have to be so amazing. Your characters brought to life. You could actually put faces
right
with your characters.
Right.
That would be amazing.
That would be beautiful.
I'm waiting. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Definitely.
It really is. I wanted to go over the different books that you wrote.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to show my, the audience, let's go with this one first.
Okay.
Okay, so this says, I Love Colors by Veronica. And let me see the pictures inside.
Correct.
I love, these are such cute characters. You came up with these characters?
Yes, Vicky.
This is actually, so cute.
That's the nickname of my daughter.
What's
my daughter's name is
Vicky?
Victory, and we call her Vicky.
Oh, how cute. Oh, she'll always have something to, like, look back and remember that, oh, Mommy wrote me a book.
Correct, and she loves it too.
Aww.
Wow. So each book I did a theme. I think that one was the fruits and vegetable theme.
Okay.
Yes, and then the letters, I will wait when we get to the letters. But yeah, that was the fruit and vegetable things with the colors.
I love the pictures. Who did the pictures for you?
Actually, I'm a freelance program from Fiverr, off of Fiverr. It was an artist off of Fiverr. He actually did all the books.
Really?
All my children books, correct.
Wow. Yes, the pictures are they're so clear. They're fun to look at.
Yes. For children.
Yeah. I thought this was like a coloring book. Looking at it, I love colors.
Yeah, that's just the colors.
This just tells you like about the colors, the different colors, and you put like different fruits in there.
Correct.
That's really, really nice. Did you get like feedback from the children who are?
Of course, because I used to go to different centers, and it will always have their attention. So I'm like, okay, I might be onto something. And really, what really gets me when I go through the I Love Letters, because we got animals in there, and I try my best to be different with the animals type of things.
Yes.
And when some kids knew what a newt was, or the umbrella bird, I was like, okay.
Didn't know.
The X-ray fish. Yes.
Wow. Oh, so you put like new things in there.
Yeah, different animals
that they never really probably learned about.
Correct. Yeah. But they told me, they showed me, no, we know what an umbrella bird is. We know what that newt is.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now these are like you said, these books that you came up with is because you knew they wanted this type of information. that you came up
The
with all
parents
this?
did.
The parents.
Yeah, the parents did. So let's create something like the stingray. Just be different, because usually when you get an S, you get associated with the snake. So I'm like, no, we're going to do the stingray.
I love how it's like it's glossy.
Mm-hmm.
The colors are like pop out. The pictures are like really clear. They're big. They're huge.
Thank you.
And it gets somebody's attention.
Yeah, and
especially the children.
It really does. It's a hit, and then you get the kids that makes all the sounds of the animals, as it's been said. When they come up on the page, they make the sounds. It'd be really cool.
Yes.
It'd be really cool, and it'd be having their attention too. So it'd be captivating. They'd be right there, attentive.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah, well, let's go to your next children's books.
And that one.
I love shapes. And I love your titles. They're just really simple.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really simple.
Man, if you could see the scrap where it all started, I'm gonna have to show you that personally, because I don't have it. But the scrap, like the little sketch, how it all started, the idea, and I'm just sketching something together. So, and to see the transformation it had, like, that was a good transformation, a big transformation. Yeah, we have I Love Shapes right here, and like I said, I want the kids to see the shapes. Like, it's just not in the classroom. You see the stars in the sky. From the stars in the sky, you can go to the park. You can see the shapes from the swings we sit on, or they sit on, we play on. Shapes just all around. And again, we have Vicky driving in a car. Shape, you still can see shapes. I just wanted to create a tool that would help.
No, you really get them to think with these books.
Correct. And I just wanted to be a part of that. So, and that's what we did. And then we have I Love Counting. I only went up to 10. Maybe we'll start another one, but we have a different character, as you can see.
That looks like a phone number.
And it's Mikey.
On the cover.
1 through 10, like a phone number. And Mikey, he's inspired by my nephew. Mm-hmm. His name is Mikey, or I call him Mikey. And we're just counting. And I wanted to be attentive, and, you know, at the moment, from what I've seen, it's very attentive. Children love them from every classroom that I have been invited to. So it's really awesome to go. You see the snakes. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to do snakes with my animals, but, well, for that one. But, yeah, it's pretty cool. And then, at the end, 10 hearts. Because I love counting. See? Yeah.
Very simple, but like it's like the simpleness makes a huge message. There's like a huge message behind these books.
Because you don't want to be overstimulant when kids looking at it. So I want to try to, like, so they can focus on what's there. I didn't want like too many pictures, because then they all over the place. Right. I wanted them to get the message. Put 1, you get 1 ball. 2, you get 2 shoes. So I wanted to make it simple and educating at the same time.
You did the job.
I tried to. Thank you. I tried to.
I know we're going back and forth between different books and things like that. Mm-hmm. I wanted to go back to your book, Soaring. Mm-hmm. With this book, I was gonna ask you, like, do you get like feedback from that book as well?
I have, and the cliffhanger for part 1, Peter, he ended up in the hospital, and I just remember when people had finished reading it, like the feedback that I did get, it was like, why did you do that to me? Is he gonna live? What, did you kill him off? Like, I don't know. We gotta see in part 2, because really at the time I didn't know if he was gonna live. I didn't know if I was gonna bring him back. I didn't know. So I didn't know until I actually started writing the part 2. So I did get a lot of feedback. So
you use that feedback that you get like from different readers.
I did.
To actually like come up with your next scene or your next.
Especially regarding that one right there, because like I said, I didn't know if Peter was going to survive or not. I didn't know what he was going to do. But the feedback, I had placed him in there, so I gave it away. So yeah, they did it. The readers did it. So the readers did it. So. Yeah, the readers definitely did it, so definitely he survived, because they was like, they could not take it. I cannot believe you did that. You left me feeling like this. Well, it happened to me many times watching people's shows and reading people's books. So the difference is, you guys can tell me. I can tell them.
Right.
Some of my favorite writers, I can tell them personally. So.
Do you think most writers do this? Because I've never heard of anyone, like, I guess maybe I never, like, asked to know. Mm-hmm. But do you think most writers do that?
I don't know, but with now the way technology is, I'm pretty sure they probably don't do it personally, but they probably have somebody set in place to probably go see what social media is saying, because they're so relevant now. Everything's on social media, so right. They probably have a team to go look and to monitor what's been said, how it's been said. They probably take into consideration, then they probably don't. So we never know, but they keep writing.
At least you did.
I did. I definitely did.
It's so nice because like you're taking your audience.
Mm-hmm. I did.
They're involved in your books.
I did.
They really, really are. Mm-hmm. And then you're taking their opinion of what should happen.
I did.
And you make it into a book.
I did, because I really didn't know if he was going, but it seemed fit, and I was like, no, don't kill him off. Don't do that to him. So I'm like, okay.
Don't kill the main character. Yeah, he was the main character.
He was one of them. But I'm like, shoot, she was young. She could have met another dude.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But I guess they wanted her with Peter, so. Yeah, Peter got rolled back in. But he just didn't come right back in. So they're still, when he's going to come, how he's going to come. And
the drama before that main scene.
Exactly. So now they know he's live. He's there, but they just don't know the makeup behind it. But
you think you'll do that on your next book?
I don't know. Because it's more like the next character. I don't feel like the book I'm writing now, I don't feel like I did her justice in part 1 and part 2. Mm-hmm. So I felt bad for her because, she was in part 1. She went out with Peter.
Is it a continuation of Soaring?
It's not a continuation, but she's definitely a part. She was in both 1 and 2. So she went out with Peter in part 1. She didn't get him in part 1. She went out with Peter in part 2. Mm-hmm. Didn't get him in part 2. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh man, I felt bad for her type of stuff. And then she had her own perception. People had a perception of her. So I wanted them to see another light of her. So I want to do her justice. So she's going to get her ever after too.
Okay, so it's like 2 characters, but now you're gonna focus on this other character. Yeah, focus on. So is it like Stacey. A part 3 or?
It's not a part 3.
It's just
they're just connected book. because even in Peter, he's mentioned in their part. He's mentioning Pretty Stacey because that's the name of it. He's mentioning it, but I don't think he's gonna have no cameos in there that I know of. Mm-hmm. But he was extremely helpful to Stacey, so I don't think it's no cameo. But he was definitely helpful.
And what's the name of the book?
Pretty Stacey.
Pretty Stacey?
Pretty Stacey.
So he went from Crystal to Stacey?
No. He is happily.
I'm trying to change your story, huh?
Trying to get me to tell it. I see you. No. She's gonna have her own love interest. Yeah, she got her own. He just helped her. In a situation that she found her back up against the wall and she kept having obstacles, so she reached out to him because that's what he specialized in. That's what he made his career on. So she reached out to him because that's what he does, and he made it possible for her to get what she needed so she can be successful. So but he's definitely happy with Crystal.
He's happy with Crystal?
He's definitely happy with Crystal.
So you're not going to touch this one?
Nope, they're like 2 peas in a pot. They're white on rice.
The pot with the lid?
Yeah, look.
The pot on the lid?
Yep, whatever works. They are glued together. They don't went through all of that. Yeah, they in there.
Now, did you get a social media exposure? Like, as far as, like, interviews about your books and things like that? Can you tell us about that?
I did.
Different places that you went and talked about your
my workshops?
Yes. Oh, yeah, workshops.
For the schools.
Okay.
The workshop with the schools, I did. Mm-hmm. Definitely did. And this like one of my first interviews for my novels because of the COVID. Pandemic. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is one of my first. So looking forward to many more because we about to get this ball rolling.
Yes.
We want people to know that these stories are out here, they're good reads, and they're enjoyable.
Definitely are.
So,
Yeah. Next time, hopefully we'll see you on Oprah or something talking about your books. Yeah, why not? Hopefully you'll have a big collection.
Listen, I'm not denying nothing. You speaking all that good stuff, JW, I'm here for it. You hear me? I am here for it. Speak all that good stuff.
Yes.
I accept it.
Yes, definitely.
I accept all that good stuff.
And let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do another commercial. I'm gonna take another break, and then we will continue. Okay.
Okay.
You are watching Everyday People Live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Make sure you like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. أعزائي المشاهدين شكرا لمشاهدة Everyday People على قناة WJZZ Cool TV. And you can hit me up on my Cash App, capital J 112233 capital W, and we will continue with the beautiful Veronica.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Definitely. I love having you, and I love working with you too.
Good.
I work with extremely talented people. Real talented.
Thank you.
Now, I wanted to go back and talk about, we talked about what you're working on now, and basically you talked about Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about the love story between Peter and Crystal.
Peter and Crystal, correct.
And you talked about your next book. I wanted to ask you, do you have like social media accounts?
Yes, I'm actually on Instagram at Veronica Thoughts _
Uh-huh.
So that's the main one I usually use when it comes down to my books. Instagram, Veronica Thoughts _
And can you spell that one out for them?
That's
so they...
VeronicathoughtS _ all together, one word. Veronica Thoughts _ on Instagram.
On Instagram, make sure you follow Veronica.
Yes, go ahead. Give me a follow. Give me some likes. Give me some love. Links in the bio. So, all of that.
Yes.
And then I wanted to say about Soaring too, because I'm like, I need a villain. You know, like, who's going to be
you
the
need
villain?
the bad guy.
Yeah, who's going to be the villain?
Yeah, who's
like
the villain?
in part 1,
Uh-huh.
you had the uncle, her uncle. That was a part of the family secret that came out.
Mm-hmm.
Her uncle was the villain. So I'm like, how am I going to do that? But when I say, when them creative juices got to flowing,
Mm-hmm.
I am amazed by myself. I am amazed. Like, yeah, you did that. And it's like, I wonder, like, that's why I got to find out because it just came out, so it's still recent. Mm-hmm. So I haven't heard anything yet. But I wonder, like, as people read it or who read it or when they started reading it, would they see it right off jump who's going to be the villain?
Mm-hmm.
And then how it all ties in back with part 1.
It all ties together.
It does.
Now, do you like as you're writing, do you find yourself like editing multiple times while you're writing? Does like the story like change up as you're writing?
Not with Soaring 1 and Soaring 2, but I have noticed what I'm doing with Pretty Stacy.
Uh-huh.
It has. I haven't changed. I'm still tweaking it to get it solid to far as like the career I want her to be in and how I want it to go type of stuff, the direction I want it to go. I would say I have noticed, yeah, with Pretty Stacy, definitely. But I don't recall with Soaring because I already knew what I wanted. I knew how I wanted it. I just need to put it on paper. So,
Like when ideas come through your mind, do you just like get something to write and?
no, I just mental note it
Uh-huh.
and don't forget.
For real?
Yep.
You just keep it in your mind?
Yeah.
And it could go how long does it go with that thought in your head?
Yep. When it's concerning my books, yes, that's what had happened. Mental note, oh, okay, that's what we're gonna do. And then when I start to put it on paper, and then something else. And I think one of the most funnest things I have done writing these novels would be like the naming of different buildings or landmarks and things like that, because like this is your book, right?
Right.
So you can name these things what you want them to be.
It's a creation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that has been fun and creative too. So.
Wait, so you named like different buildings, like different types of business names? Is what you're saying?
No, I don't even say business names. I think that I can remember off the top. I think in part one, it was some appliances in my house. And I think a building was definitely named after a vacuum.
A vacuum?
I think it was definitely, but they're like stores and restaurants. So. Yeah.
So how would the reader know that this is a store, this is a building?
Because, of course, we're, the introduction of, where they going or something like that. I want to say is Bezel or Vizel, I cannot remember. But I know it was a vacuum and it was a store. So one of the hottest stores in their city. So
right.
So
Vizel.
Yeah. For real. So that was fun.
Make sure you visit Weasel in Soaring. Only in Soaring.
Exactly. There you have it. All those landmarks only in Soaring.
Yes.
Me. So.
All of this is so. It's like interesting to know like the backstories or like behind the scenes. That's what it is. Behind the scenes.
Definitely.
This is what Everyday People is all about. We give you behind the scenes.
Exactly. Because that's definitely. And I just noticed that's fun. That was fun. And real funny because I'm like, wait a minute, like yeah, that might work.
Yeah, and it did work.
It did, and like I know we use Slack at work, so we got slackers. So
hold on,
it's a slacker studio. It's a slackers dance studio.
Well, you just came up with this.
Yeah, exactly.
This is something new.
Exactly. So
because you just started, DT. Where'd you get slacks from?
So it's slackers dance studio. So yeah. See, yeah.
It's like everyday life.
Exactly.
You come up with these different brilliant ideas from everyday life.
Exactly.
And so then you just take these different types of words and turn it into a whole story.
Exactly. Turn them into buildings and restaurants and yeah, that's what we did. I definitely did it. So.
Do you teach other people how to write?
No, I wouldn't say I teach them how to write, but I will definitely put them on a path that they want to go. If there's something they want to do,
you like mentor.
I will definitely help them. Yes, and assist in any way I can to get them published if this is what they want to do.
Right.
So, yes, I won't teach them how to write. So, woo, because I'm still learning. It's still this whole experience have definitely been a learning process for me also. But I do know the basics. Mm-hmm. If you want to get this out and you already wrote it, I know what road to put you on to carry that out. So that's what I would say.
Yellow everybody, make sure you hit up Veronica.
Veronica Thoughts.
For any advice on how to write books or anything.
Self-publish and get your books out there. Correct.
Oh, and you'll teach them how to publish books.
Exactly.
Wow, that's only everyday people. Only everyday people. You get this type of knowledge, huh?
Exactly.
Do you see yourself mentoring in the future? Do you see that for yourself?
I don't know, JW. I wouldn't mind doing it. So, but I like to be behind the scene type of stuff that would require me to be in front. I like to be behind the scenes. I want to prime example. Once this movie start, I'm gonna be in the back calling shots. It's already gonna be written. So I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing it, but it wouldn't be my first go-to thing to go to.
So now you have to turn this into a script.
Yeah, it is actually. It is. But like I said, when the pandemic hit, I just put everything on hold.
To hold, yeah.
It is. It was formatted into a script. So maybe it's time to pull it back out.
Yeah.
So we can try to get that ball rolling.
Of course.
And get this on somebody's screen.
Definitely.
And let people see it.
I look forward to you mentoring people because I really see something going with that for you.
Okay.
I really do. And a lot of people I feel they put themselves on the back burner. They've got this talent and and they've got it where it's really, really inside of them. They just got to sit down and focus and get it done.
Right. And tap into it.
Tap into it.
Yeah, maybe they don't be aware of it.
What do you mean?
Maybe they don't acknowledge it because they're not aware. So maybe sometimes people see it first before they see it in themselves.
Oh,
So,
I see.
yeah, something like that. Maybe be a case like that.
Do you encourage your children to also write books?
I have. My oldest one, he wrote this one piece. It was so crazy because we stayed next door to an abandoned house. So, it was the city of Detroit. But thank God it's not abandoned no more. But he wrote this one piece, right? And I was reading to my sisters, and they was like, all right, don't make us scared to come over there. You know what I'm saying? So,
What do you mean don't make us scared? What did he write?
He wrote something about the girl standing in the window. It was a lot. But I was just like, you know what? Okay. Like, he got it. He can write. If he actually just pursue it and cultivate it, he can do it. He definitely can.
Wait, I want to know what he wrote about. Now.
I know. And they was like, all right, don't make us scared to come over there now. He had said something about the girl being in the window and how she was looking at him. I mean, I have to
something
find
imaginary.
Yes.
It was all made up. Made believe.
Yes, definitely. Definitely was all made up because nobody was not in that house. But he just wrote. I think he had did it for a school project. He had to do a writing assignment.
Yeah.
So he used that abandoned house next door and did his project. And it was the best. It wasn't even no long drawn out. It was just like 2 paragraphs or something. And it was real good. And to know my sister and them don't make us scared to come over your house. He did. I'm going to have to find it for you too. Because we got it. We still got it.
Really?
Yeah, we still got it. Maybe make it a short story or something.
So you do encourage your children. You do push them to
I did. Yeah, I did. But he said he don't want to be an author, so I did. When I seen that, of course I did. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen he can do it, but saying he don't want to be an author, so. But yeah, I will definitely. If that's something they want to do, I encourage anybody. If you want to do it, you can do it. Go for it. Just do it.
Just do it. Nike.
Exactly. So.
What's your advice for women?
Far as
like encouraging their children to like also push them to write themselves. You know what I mean?
Yes, of course. Because writing, I don't want to say reading, but sometimes it is a lost art because we so used to technology. Like, when was the last time you actually wrote something? You know?
Wow.
And when last time you actually just picked up a book and read an actual book, not the phone, not
digital.
The
yeah, that's me. I'm like digital.
Yeah.
With all my writing is through my phone. Right. All my reading is through my phone.
Exactly.
But the physical part,
mm-hmm.
I think I'm done with that.
See? But and that's another thing I was going to say is really to each his own, because everybody probably don't want the paperback.
The paper.
It's easy, it's more convenient, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
To have it on your electronics. So it just really depends on the person or the family, the household, whatever they see fit.
Right.
So,
do you see yourself digitalizing your books?
I actually had an experience recently where I did it for somebody else, and that was my first time doing it. So in the process of doing hers, I was like, maybe I can do mine also, because they do give you the option to do it, but I just never did it. So when she came and she was like, Veronica, I want to do this ebook, and I'm like, okay, now I never did that before, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna work it out. So it's up and it's running. So it gave me an idea. So maybe I will go back and do the children books, or maybe just the 2.
I think all of them.
Yeah.
Because now, like, you see more children on the phones.
Yeah.
More often.
True.
So if, like, they have a phone and,
they have access to
scroll, start looking at your book.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
It's scrolling, because I was
all
doing
scrolling.
hers. That's all it's scrolling. Uploaded. They showed me how the form it was going to be in. Depends on the electronic, and I'm like, oh, that was easy. So she did give me something to think about, because at first I was just like, no, real adamant, nope, not doing it. Just going to do paperback and keep it moving. But after experiencing that and saying, oh, it's not that bad. I didn't know what I thought it was going to be, but whatever I thought, it wasn't what I thought. So something definitely to look into it. Definitely.
Yeah. And I like how you said this is like an art. Like a lot of people don't indulge in writing,
No, right.
doing
Not manually, probably digitally.
digital,
Electronically, but just not taking your pen and paper and write. No.
You think those days are over?
I would hope not, because I got notebooks full of it. So I'm gonna say for me, no, it's not over. But they go hand in hand. They work together.
Yeah, they do, because like also like with the pandemic, I feel like things have shifted to be more digital.
Of course.
So I guess like more people got used to like the digital part of it, Zoom, just using your computer, shopping online.
Exactly. And because you was forced to, you had no other choice.
Yeah, we were forced
or
to.
That, or you was gonna put it on the back burner. Because like when the pandemic hit, like I just stopped, because I didn't even try.
Stopped writing?
Not writing, but far as like going in person, I could have went along, did the Zoom calls, but I didn't do that. I didn't strategize around it. I just stopped. Like, okay, I'm just going to wait till we open back up.
Oh, you took a break.
I did.
You didn't even do Zoom.
I didn't.
Girl, we got to get you out there.
Yeah, we do. We're hopefully the world is opening back up the way you want it to. So, I'm ready now. So, because I did it. But I'm sure a lot of people, they pivoted right along with the pandemic. Oh, this what we doing now?
Yeah.
That's what we about to do. We about to do Zoom. We about to do everything on the internet. I didn't do that. I just stopped and watched everybody else. I just stopped and waited. And so here I am.
Timing is everything, huh?
Yeah. True story. True story.
Okay, we have a couple last minutes left. We have 4 minutes left to this show. And I just want to sit here and thank you very, very much for accepting the invitation to come on Everyday People. And sharing your beautiful story of how you were writing books, children's books, adult, teenage books, and how valuable these books are. They really, really are valuable, because they teach children how to think outside of the classroom.
Exactly.
And that's like something we need.
Exactly. And it's just a basic learning for a 3-year-old and up, too, because I think we start, basic learning for babies and up, because now our centers are taking babies, and I'm sure this can be a part of their lesson plans somehow, part of their curriculum. And that was amazing to me, too. I had a daycare center who made it a part of her curriculum. So
she made your books a part of her curriculum?
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yes, I know, right? That was like, oh my gosh. That was really...
Girl, you got a resume.
Man. And I'm trying to tell you, she had told me and she had showed me how she did it and told me how she made it a part of the curriculum, and she sent me the paper and stuff. Because first I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at. And then she told me. I was like, oh, wow.
You said daycare, right?
Yeah, it's a daycare. Oh, where's the daycare? It's not in Detroit. But, I think it's called Candyland. Don't get me lying. Oh, but definitely, I think it's Candyland though. And I want to say it's in. I don't want to say that. I should have known, but I didn't know I was gonna talk about it. But yeah, it was part of her curriculum, and so appreciative, so grateful, because I know she didn't have to do it. But she did it because she said she enjoyed it.
But that's a door that opened up for you, girl. That means you can go to a lot of daycares and say, hey, look, she did it. Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that either. I just didn't think about it. You just gave me an idea. Now,
I just opened up a door for you.
Right, it was hers. It's her center, so she can do what she wanted to do.
Right.
So, and she did that. So that was awesome, too.
I learned that from working for another DTE company. It's like a selling, it's an advertisement thing.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
Well, see, yeah. She made that thing a curriculum, J-Dog. I was like, what?
Yes. So the last minute, I just want to say you are watching Everyday People live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Make sure you like and make sure you follow, you share, you comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And thank you so much for watching Veronica, our beautiful guest who is a writer and also does many things.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Thank you.